Hi everyone and welcome back to Judo Wall. Today we're going to be looking at the merchant account process. And there's a couple of reasons especially that we want to talk about this. So first of all, let's look at the process and the journey that you guys generally as app developers, or if you're a business owner or what we call a merchant, and I'm sure we've discussed that in previous episodes on Judo Wall, kind of what you're getting out of it and what point you have to sign up. So you start building your app. And generally the geeks are kind of putting everything together and the finishing technical touches. The whole UI, design, UX process has all been taken care of, and now your app's ready to go. And at some point, because you're accepting card payments via credit or debit cards on the Visa or MasterCard rail networks, then you need to sign up for what we call a merchant account. And that process is for two special reasons, and they're depicted here, KYC and AML. KYC is know your customer. In some instances, some payment service providers refer to that as know your merchant. So KIM or KYC, know your customer, is more of a global term and it's pretty much recognized everywhere. AML is another term which you'll hear bandied around, but it's anti-money laundering. And anti-money laundering legislation and rules are very apparent when you're taking any form of financial transactions. And that's obviously to stop money laundering across various different mediums. And in mobile, or especially in new mediums that become available and a way to take payments, some of the fraudsters and people that are trying to scam people or whatever they're doing will use those networks to see if they can break some of these AML ties and push money to different parts of the world in some instances. And so we stop that, absolutely stop that. And so when you sign up for a merchant account, we're doing a number of special things. The first thing is we're validating who you are as a person. So you own that business, if it's a small business, or if there's a board of directors, we need to understand everyone who's on the board of directors and has ownership in the company, and we're going to find out who you are. So have you got a good trading history? Have you had other directorships perhaps, which have meant that you might be slightly higher risk in some instances for a merchant account? But importantly, we're just finding out general information, because when you tell us who you are, we need to find out from the banking acquiring side really who you are. And then we need to find out more about your business. So the business you're putting together and you're selling business and services or goods and services through your mobile app or your mobile website, is that a real tangible business? So some really simple, obvious checks that we take are things like, is the website a real website? Is that URL connecting to what you're telling us it's connecting to? Are the goods and services that you're trying to sell really the goods and services you're trying to sell? So you're telling us you're selling shoes, but then we look onto the website and you're actually selling books. There might be something wrong there. So we go through that process. What Judo do, we make this really efficient for you, is all the compliance to accept live card transactions happens by just accepting terms and conditions. And boom, off you go. You're ready to accept live card transactions. Actually, in the background, because of compliance for anti-money laundering, we have to do these checks on you and make sure that before we settle the actual funds, so the digital flow of actually accepting card transactions is fine, you can do that straight away. But before we settle funds to you, to your, in most instances, a UK bank account in UK pounds, we need to do these checks because of AML compliance. And then your app's live, and you're out there and you're processing live transactions, and with Judo we can settle to you in the frequencies that we've agreed. You can go into your Judo portal and organise your frequency of settlement yourself, or if not, we'll settle to you on a recurring basis, normally transaction plus 5 days. So 5 days after the actual transaction has happened, through your mobile app, we'll settle the funds out to you. Thank you very much for joining us in this episode. If there's anything else you want to know, please reach out and ask. Thank you.